Hello, and welcome to my channel. I wanted to talk today a little bit about confidence, right? And please forgive me. I'm not a seasoned YouTuber at this time, at this recording, but this is me showing up, recording my video, and posting it to YouTube. I've been newly inspired to get myself out there on YouTube, and I'm just going to go for it because this is how I started doing it on social media and other platforms like Facebook and Instagram years ago. And this is how I was able to build a couple successful businesses, was just really showing up. So a little bit about me that I would like you to know, because it's very important to me that you get to know me, because I've been around long enough to see, coaches, gurus, business owners pop up out of nowhere, have a bunch of success, serve a bunch of people, make a bunch of money, and then disappear. And that's not what I'm about. I finally realized, just so you know, I'm 40 years old. I'll be 41 in April. I'm a double Aries, and I realized, I knew for a long time, but I think I finally accepted it, that God put me on this planet, Creator put me on this planet, and I'm here. My soul chose this path so I could use my healing gifts. I'm a clairsentient, and because I didn't know how to articulate that, and I didn't know what that was, I went through Reiki, all the Reiki levels. So I'm a Reiki master too. I have a certificate in hypnotherapy. I have a business degree. I have horticulture degrees. I went to cosmetology school back in the day. Not even right after high school, because I hated school back in the day. I wasn't good at it. I didn't want to be inside. I wanted to be outside, and I just wanted to play all day. And you'll get to know more about me the more I do these videos, because it is very important to me that you do get to know me, because I'm not someone who's here just to show up for like a hot minute and then to disappear. And I really don't want to show up and ever disappear. I want to be around to fulfill my soul path, which is to help other human beings navigate what they're here to do, to help them with their trauma, and to help them with things that come up in life. So being a clairsentient, if you don't know what it is, I I love to joke around. I'm very sarcastic. I swear. I think life is very, very short, and the reason that is because, so like I said, I'm 40. My father passed away when he was just 42, and when I was 14 years old. And of course, as a 14-year-old, I thought he was an old man, right? And I just was like, I remember everyone saying he was just so young. He was just so young, and I'm like, my dad's got gray hair, and he's an old guy, and he's my dad. But now I'm almost gonna be 41, and to really know how young he was when he passed really gives me a sense of life is short. We're here on this planet to fulfill what I personally call our soul path. I don't think many people are doing that. There are people doing that. There are people who've stepped into their power. There are people teaching and traveling, or whatever it may be. Their big dreams, their big goals, their big desires, what fulfills them in life, they are doing it. They're living it. They're breathing it. And they're all over social media, right? So there's plenty of proof of that. But just, I like to think about how small of a fraction that actually is. It's really not that many people out of the bazillion people on planet Earth, right? And so I made the decision not too long ago that I would like to step onto my soul path. I had many conversations with God. And when I say God, I love in shamanism, the program that I'm in right now, she says Creator known by 1,000 names. So I will never have a specific religion that I'm coming at you with. I just know there's a higher power, and calling that higher power Creator or God, or I would say universe and universal energies are kind of under the umbrella to the Creator, to God, in my humble opinion and in my experience and what I feel. So if you ever hear me just say God or Creator, that's what I mean. But like, I've had many long talks with God, From the time I was very little, after my dad passed, I quit believing in God. It was hard for me, probably very understandably, because I was just like, how can there be a God if, I see other people, or, my dad was in an accident, a car accident. And, I've seen people like get seriously injured and they live to tell about it. Why not my dad, right? And there's just all these things. So it took me a long time. And that's more stories for different days, because this video is really about what's inspired me to be confident enough to step into this exact moment, because I'm also a big believer in the present, this present moment right now. I don't like to live in the past. I think it's okay to visit the past. I think it's okay to share stories of the past. I think it's okay to have, to go down memory lane. It's totally okay. And that's much different than living there. I've had plenty of people that are like, don't share your story so much, or don't share it that way, or stop living in the past, or quit repeating the past, move on, you're not that person. And at the end of the day, I finally quit listening to that, because I was like, look, I'm not living there. I'm not in my victim energy anymore. I've done so much healing. I just passed up 5 years of being sober from, I was a really bad alcoholic. I started drinking the night I buried my dad. We buried my father. And I didn't quit till I was 35. And again, that's probably another YouTube. And I'm going to be talking about sobriety and not drinking and addiction and trauma and wounding and being clair gifted and shamanism and Reiki and chakras and energy work and shadow work and all of that stuff. And you might look at me and be like, well, you don't look like a normal hippie healer chick. And again, that doesn't matter to me either. All walks of life, no matter where you are, what you're doing, what you look like, any of that is like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what's going on. You have the ability to step into your soul path, to step into your confidence, to step into what your heart desires, your soul desires. If you're one of those people, because I coach, I've been coaching women for a couple of years now. And I was a coach for a woman who had a 7-figure business that is no longer, and that's pretty recent. I'll talk about that at a later date too. But I got to coach all these women, up to 40 women, monthly. And I learned so much in such a short time doing that. Women of all walks of life, from stay-at-home moms to, I don't have any children. I have fur babies. I have 5 fur babies, 2 cats, 3 dogs, and I love them dearly. To, C-level women, in executive positions. And I help them to launch their program, their high-ticket program, all the things. And what I found, and I was in a different high-ticket container, and I interview a lot of coaches. I'll go through their funnel and see what they offer, what they don't offer, and how much they're charging. I learn to look at like the success stories. I like data, and that's probably from my corporate years. And I know I'm kind of all over the place here just because I have so much to tell you. And this is just an intro video to me, and to me being confident enough to post this video today, and to hopefully inspire you to do the same. But there's just so much going on, and I saw so many women depowered, taken out of their power when they were building this high-ticket business, or even just their business. Like, they didn't even get to the part where they were selling yet, because fear and imposter syndrome and trauma and wounding and shadows and marriages and families and children and all the stuff just got drudged up. And being a woman who was supposed to just be teaching on this coaching curriculum, but also being a clairsentient and an empath and a healer, feeling all the things and seeing all these things that these women were going through while trying to focus on just the strategy and the content. It was incredible, and it was difficult all at once. Because it's like, I was supposed to stick to teaching the curriculum, keep them high vibe, right? But at the same time, I knew that they were drowning. I knew that they were not confident. I knew that they were insecure and then imposter syndrome. I knew that people were showing up in their life not believing in them, even if they're like, oh, you got this. I knew that they were not showing up for themselves. I knew it was hard, and they were scared, and there was fear. And I could really, really feel this. Deep. Right? I can still feel it. I still deal with it. I still coach women. I'm switching back into more healing. I'm a huge fan of working with Reiki. Reiki's amazing. And working with the chakras and in my divine gifts as a, sometimes I say energy worker, sometimes I say healer, but I'm still not sure if that's the word I'm searching for. It's still hard to put a name on the potent and powerful work that I get to do with people, but it's hard. I always say it's difficult to put divine energy, knowing and wisdom, intuition, that gift that we have into human words, right? Human words are made up. There's so many different words, endless amount of words, languages, all the things. So I try my best to articulate energy into a 3D language, but sometimes it's hard, right? And I had no idea where this video was going to go up today. I just knew that I wanted to show up and talk about, I wanted to be confident for myself. I'm going to post this after this. I like to call it like, it's not posting and ghosting like when people, if you're in kind of like network marketing or business, or you have an online business and you do organic posting in like groups or on your, how you have to put a post and you hope people engage in it and then you check it. You ever seen like where people like post and ghost, where they just post and like there's no engagement? It's not like that. But for me, posting and ghosting means like I post my stuff and I detach from the outcome. I know that like I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna have possibly crickets. I'm gonna maybe get some likes. I'm maybe gonna get some haters, and all of it is perfect as it is. All of it is as it's supposed to be. And it took me a while to get here. Right? It took me a while. I used to obsess. I would post something and I would be like, oh my God, did someone comment? Or when somebody disagreed with me or didn't like something, I would get like, oh God, I would delete things, and anxiety would pursue. But with all of the energy work, all the work I've done, okay? All of that is gone. I now live a pretty stress-free, worry-free, anxiety-free life. And I'm actually putting together it's a 9-day mini course where we go through the 7 main chakras and we hold ceremony at the end. But we go through the chakras and we release what is causing the fear and the worry and the anxiety energetically. And then there'll be some mindset in there too, because I do a lot of mindset work. There's a lot of things I've studied. I hold a bunch of different certificates and degrees, right? Some people think that matters. Some people, they're like, it doesn't matter if it's more, I've had people tell me that they get more of the sessions with me, energy work, than they've gotten years in therapy, right? And I know if you're a fellow healer, you've probably heard that before. So here's me showing up, making a video, hoping that this records. I usually get technology glitches. I've worked on that. Every time I'd level up or do something new, like shit would just not work, right? And that's just, the universe testing you, like, are you sure you're ready for this? Are you sure you want to do this? And now I'm like, fuck yeah, I really fucking do want to do this. So here it is. And I hope there's a few things out of this. I hope you took the time to watch this and it inspired you. And if you're still here with me, still watching this 14 minutes in, thank you. I want you to know that I really appreciate you. And I might look back at this video years from now and be like, look at that first video she did. Like, what a little baby Cora at 40 years young. You know what I mean? But I'm doing it. And I hope that it inspires you to do something that is uncomfortable for you. If you resonate with being, a healer, Reiki, shamanism, yogi, speaker, whatever you might be doing, right? Whatever you're going through, I hope that this resonates with you, and I hope that we make an energetic connection here. I would love if you would subscribe to this. Old Cora would not know to say that. But I was like, make sure you say like this and subscribe to this, because I don't even know what any of that's like. I just know that that's what's supposed to happen here on YouTube. So, yeah. Do something today that helps your future self. Do something today or tomorrow, but sooner than later, that you have been wanting to do and you just haven't, whatever that looks like. And just know that, like, you only have today, right? It's that saying that, it's going to escape me now because I want to say it. But, like yesterday in the past is, like, gone, and the future is not known or uncertain, and that's why today is called the present, and that is a gift. And if I butchered that saying, that's okay. But I heard that long before it came out in the movie The Secret, or wherever the hell it got popular. My mom told me that when I was a very little girl. And I'll share more about my mom and my childhood and how I became to be like the hippie, witchy healer, woo-woo woman who somehow found her way into corporate and then got fired. I'll share all that at a later date, but I just wanted to make this video. So I just want you to know I see you and I hear you, and thank you for seeing and hearing me. Bye.